Good, happy Wednesday morning and happy hump day, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Wednesday morning edition of Good Morning, New Hampshire. It's April 8th, 2020. We have a lot of great stuff we're going to be talking about in this edition of Good Morning, New Hampshire, so let's begin. Sit back, relax, grab your cup of coffee, and enjoy some Good Morning, New Hampshire. Let's begin with your local news. First up, we're going to start with your coronavirus disease, COVID-19 in New Hampshire, what you need to know. And here is a look at that COVID-19 in New Hampshire. There are 747 number of people in New Hampshire who have tested positive for COVID-19. 1,004,026,096 number of people worldwide who have tested positive. 13 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 108 number of people who have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And 12,722 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. And this map of New Hampshire shows cases of COVID-19 in the towns and cities of New Hampshire. Nashua, 72 cases of COVID-19. New cases each day in New Hampshire. In the purple, daily new positive COVID-19 cases. In the orange, new hospitalizations, and in the red are the deaths. And your common symptoms: fever, cough, and difficult breathing, how it spreads, and prevention tips. And that is your COVID-19 in New Hampshire, what you need to know. Sununu establishes special office to oversee use of federal COVID-19 funds. Bipartisan Legislative Advisory Board also created to ensure transparency, input, governor says. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Federal funding from the coronavirus relief package is arriving in the Granite State. The initial state fund is at least $1.25 billion. There's another about $158 million that Senator Shaheen's office and our office have identified in additional funds. Now, Governor Chris Sununu wants to form an oversight board to track how that money is spent. Are we making sure that it's dispersed geographically, economically? Are we making sure it gets to the small towns as well as the larger cities? On Tuesday, the governor sent this letter announcing the formation of the governor's office for emergency relief and recovery. Members will be tasked with the accounting, auditing, legal, and IT requirements tied to federal COVID-19 dollars, like the CARES Act. According to the letter, these 8 legislators were invited to serve on the board. The governor telling News 9 it will operate similar to a 2009 stimulus office created by former Governor Lynch, with the goal of ensuring local businesses and nonprofits get the financial help they need. Whoever has really been affected by the COVID crisis, we want to make sure that the state has the funds available to release very quickly and put them back on the right track. But with more than $1 billion on the table, the governor says the state needs to maintain metrics and accountability and watch closely for fraud and waste. He hopes to make it easy for the public to follow along. We want transparency to be a real big fundamental piece of this, which is why we're bringing this legislative advisory group together. And the governor says he hopes to get that new office up and running within the next week. Reporting live in Concord, Tyler Dumont, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into some national news. In national news, ABC News exclusive investigation. Sources say the National Center for Medical Intelligence warned the military and White House about the spread of the virus in China as far back as late November. With more on that, Cecilia Vega has more on this. Let's take a listen to that report.
It was just yesterday that President Trump said no one had even heard of the virus 2 months ago, but we are now learning that as far back as late November, American military medical investigators overseas sounded the alarm to officials right here at home about a contagion that was sweeping through Wuhan. Those concerns that the virus could be devastating were detailed in a report, and multiple sources have described that report to our team. Now, it's not just that. There were repeated briefings for policymakers across the federal government through December, and by early January, the warnings made it into the president's daily briefing. But it wasn't until late January that President Trump made his first public comments about this virus, saying that he wasn't at all worried about it and that he had it totally under control. Of course, this is now raising serious questions about whether the administration could have ramped up the response efforts before it actually did. Michael, so far, no comment from the Pentagon or officials at the White House. But it was just yesterday that President Trump said no one had even heard of the...
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go to weather and traffic. Let's begin with the weather first. Your weather right now is cloudy, 41 degrees. And your weather for today, cloudy with light rain in the morning, then becoming partly cloudy, high 56 degrees, winds east at 5 to 10 miles per hour, chance of rain 80%. And now let's go into traffic. And here's a look at that traffic for all of you for this Wednesday morning. And in Henniker, it is smooth sailing. Hopkinton, smooth sailing. Bow, Pembroke, Concord, all smooth sailing. Chichester, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Epsom, smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Northwood, smooth sailing with a little spot of medium-paced traffic. Lee, smooth sailing with a little spot of medium-paced traffic. Durham, smooth sailing with a little spot of medium and slow-paced traffic. Rochester, smooth sailing with a little spot of medium-paced traffic. Smithworth, smooth sailing. Dover, smooth sailing. Portsmouth, smooth sailing. Rye, smooth sailing. Northampton, smooth sailing. Hampton, smooth sailing. Seaburg, smooth sailing. Into the border of Massachusetts. 101, all smooth sailing on 101. Manchester, Hooksett, all smooth sailing. Around the Manchester Airport, smooth sailing. Bedford, smooth sailing with a little spot of medium-paced traffic. Amherst, smooth sailing, and Milford, smooth sailing with a little spot of medium-paced traffic. Merrimack, smooth sailing. Nashua, smooth sailing into the border of Massachusetts. Nashua, Milford, all smooth sailing with a little spot of medium-paced traffic on the Milford side. Manchester, Londonderry, Windham, Salem into the border of Massachusetts, all smooth sailing there. And that is a look at your morning traffic. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into New Hampshire Life segment. Hundreds of companies still open for business in New Hampshire. Business open as stay-at-home order continues. Let's take a listen to that video from WR News 9.
If your shirt isn't tucked into your pants, are your pants tucked into your shirt?
When you're getting big-time results from your Constant Contact emails, it's okay to let your mind wander. Try email and our new website builder, free.
Disabled pets are still getting a new lease on life, like this cutie, making the most of his outing for the day, thanks to Walkin' Pets in Amherst, still open for business. And Hope is not canceled at Skin and Lash Lounge in Hampton. Neither are spa days. They're offering curbside pickup for skincare products.
We're all in this together.
You can shop online at businesses like Robin's Egg in Amherst, now offering curbside pickup or local delivery. Many businesses will ship their products too, like Fuller Sugar House in Lancaster, where the sap is flowing. Gym closed, many, like 9 Round in Merrimack, are offering online workouts you can knock out at home. And the kitchen is fired up at Greenleaf Milford for dinner to go, reminding you to support local and take out.
And here at WMUR, we are open for you. We have a growing list of New Hampshire businesses that remain open on our website. To add your business, email openforbusiness@WMUR.com.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Open for business. And also in your New Hampshire Life segment, Motorcycle Week organizers will decide this month whether to push back the event. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR.
Organizers of Motorcycle Week in Laconia will decide by the end of this month whether to reschedule this year's event. They're discussing a move from the weekend of June 13th to the weekend of August 22nd. The head of the Motorcycle Week Association says it would be great for morale to keep it on the original schedule, but safety must come first. Still considered one of the largest motorcycle gatherings in the country, the event is now in its 97th year.
Wow, 97th year. That is amazing. And let's go into some Grow It Green information for you. Protecting yourself from mosquitoes and ticks. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer.
Welcome to Grow It Green. Today we're at House by the Side of the Road in Wilton. I'm joined by Rachel Massini from UNH Cooperative Extension. Rachel, it's getting a little warmer. Some of us are heading outside now and encountering something that we're not necessarily all that fond of.
Exactly. As the snow is melting, we're going to see a little more activity with mosquitoes, and also ticks are going to start becoming active.
So I want to protect myself from these biting insects, and we have here some different options. Why don't we start off with something that a lot of us are familiar with, especially here in New Hampshire, and that's DEET.
We're going to talk about some insect repellents and really how these work. They block the receptors of the insects. So you put these on your clothing or on your skin, depending on which product you're choosing, and it will block those receptors so those insects don't feed on you.
Now, I know DEET comes in various concentrations, and some people are concerned about putting it directly on their skin.
Exactly. It can range from 4% to up to 100%. So really, anything over 30 would not be a recommended skin application.
Okay. Now, there are some advantages to that in terms of its length, and it'll stay with you longer. But now some people are concerned also. They would prefer something that's a little bit more natural, right?
A lot of the natural products are showing some relief. However, it's not a long-term fix. A lot of these wear off. They have to be applied more than once. So they're not staying on your skin or on your clothing for long periods of time.
Do they have something else in common? I mean, do they all use clove oil or peppers or what?
It ranges. It really ranges. So really depending on what the combination is and what you're using it for what. Citronella is one of those ones that a lot of people are using as a repellent in outside use, lightings and so forth. But again, it's just going to repel a small percentage of what you see.
Okay. And here we have a band that I assume you put it on your wrist, or what would you do?
This actually has a citronella in it, and again, it's only going to be in that area that's going to be on. Exactly.
Okay. All right. And finally, what we have here.
This here happens to be a personal mosquito repellent Go Clip. These again, it's DEET free. I'm not quite sure. This also has clove oil in it, lemongrass oil. This again is only going to give you temporary relief.
And if you'd like some more information about these repellents and what they have and what they are used for, you can always go to UNH Cooperative Extension and find this fact sheet. That's it for today's Grow It Green.
Okay, and there you go on that green segment from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer. Thank you for that, Ray. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into your cooking segment. We have a cooking segment for you today. Joanne Gaines shares a special cookie recipe. Let's take a listen to that video from Good Morning America.
Going home, sweet home with Joanna Gaines. The former fixer-upper TV personality and home improvement guru has a new cookbook, Magnolia Table, Volume 2.
Hey, you know, we could all use some more recipes these days, and she did take some time out to share that very special recipe with our very own Sarah Haynes.
They're the dynamic duo who put farmhouse chic on the map.
Yes!
Audiences were introduced to Waco-based Chip and Joanna Gaines on HGTV's Fixer Upper, their wildly popular home design and renovation show.
Are y'all ready to see your Fixer Upper?
When the Texas power couple bowed out of the show in 2018 after 5 seasons, Chip and Joanna didn't slow down, expanding their lifestyle empire, which now includes a restaurant, a bakery, an upcoming TV network, and social media stardom. Joanna has over 12 million followers on Instagram, where she shares cooking videos.
We'll just do some parsley.
Along with snapshots of life on the farm in Waco with Chip and their 5 kids. Now, Joanna is coming out with her second cookbook, Magnolia Table Volume 2. The book contains 145 new recipes, all aimed at bringing people together.
Well, it's a perfect time for a cookbook because, as we know, a lot of people are sheltering in place and hunkering down. What does that look like for you and Chip and the family right now in Waco?
I would say that the thing that we have done the most during this time is cook in the kitchen. It's just been a way that we felt connected. We've been creating, we've been messing up. Yesterday, I probably made the biggest mess I've made in quite some time, but me and the girls giggled the entire time.
We could all use a little comfort these days, so Joanna showed me how to make her signature silo cookies.
You have 2 sticks of the softened butter. Is that what I'm seeing right there?
I do.
Put that in the bowl. 1 cup black brown sugar, and then 3/4 cup of the white sugar. Now you're going to add 2 eggs. So orange, like from here I can see that. Those look like the eggs we have here at the farm.
Oh, that makes me so what I wouldn't do to live on a farm with this kind of egg every day.
Then you're going to put in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 2 cups flour. I'm going to just put it all in this bowl. And then a teaspoon of kosher salt and a teaspoon of baking soda. So once you kind of stir that around, then you can also add 1.5 cups of the oats. And then I will gradually add it to this. With the silo cookies, you can do, right now I've got the peanut butter chips, chocolate chips, the walnuts. Do you have walnuts?
Yep. Okay. This looks delicious. It's so chunky.
Size of a 1 to 2 inch ball. She's baking the cookies with me. Sarah, dude.
Oh, hey. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Are you a chocolate chip and do you like them or no?
He really likes the dough.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so these cookies will be, depending on your oven at home, 12 to 15 minutes.
12 minutes later.
Oh, this looks amazing.
How do you like it?
This is delicious. These are amazing.
Thank you, Sarah. That was so much fun.
For Good Morning America, Sarah Haynes, ABC News, New York.
You know, I work with Sarah SSK. You're one of her best friends.
Yeah.
I expect some cookies when this is all over.
I know. I think we should get a shipment out right now. Stat.
We
right?
should.
They're
Come
still
on, Sarah.
delivering, Sarah. I'd love a little shipment. Thank you.
Oh, I would take it from Chip, from Joanna Gaines and Chip. I love their show. They're big fans of theirs as well.
Yeah.
And Magnolia Table, Volume 2, it is out today, so make sure you order it. And you can get Joanna's silo cookie recipe on our website, goodmorningamerica.com.
Well, hey there, G.
Okay, and there you go. Very cool indeed. Looks like yummy cookies there. Makes me want to eat some cookies now. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into entertainment news. In entertainment news, Pink opens up about 3-year-old son scary battle with COVID-19. Let's take a listen to that video from Entertainment Tonight.
Many nights where I've cried, and I've never prayed more in my life.
That's Pink opening up about the reality of her and her son Jameson's ordeal with COVID-19.
I thought they promised us our kids would be okay. And it's not guaranteed. There's no one that is safe from this.
The 40-year-old revealed just how scary things got during an Instagram Live interview with author Jen Pastiloff on Sunday.
He's been really, really sick. It's been really, really scary, and it's been really up and down. And I've been on nebulizers for the first time in 30 years, and that's been really scary for me. I'm hoping that we're out of the woods, but this thing is a roller coaster. Like, just when you think you're better, something else happens.
Pink says despite her and her 3-year-old son contracting the virus, her husband, Carrie Hart, and their 8-year-old daughter, Willow, have managed to stay healthy.
I'll tell you what, there's a moment where, okay, buddy, there's a moment where you, almost feel dirty. Like, oh, God.
And while the songstress says she's mostly feeling better, Jameson still isn't 100%.
We got tested. Jameson's been really, really sick. I've kept a journal of his symptoms for the last 3 weeks, and mine as well. And he still, 3 weeks later, has 100 temperature.
Last Friday, Pink revealed on Instagram that both she and Jameson had tested positive for COVID-19.
I totally understand why people are pissed off about that. I totally understand. I had 2 tests before the labs could even get them right.
Of course, yeah. Well.
And I was lucky enough to get 2 tests because we were both sick and because I paid money for them. And I think it's a complete failure of the government that we can't all just get tested right now.
In that same post, the singer also revealed that she's donating $1 million to support medical workers on the front lines. And it turns out her daughter inherited that giving gene too.
Tonight, I had told her that I had made a donation to the hospital that her mom worked at for 18 years. And she went out, got her money that she made on tour, and got it together. And I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, I want to give my money to the hospital too. And so she gave me all her tour money to send, and I didn't even ask her.
Pink joins Tom Hanks, Rita Wilson, Sarah Bareilles, and other celebs who have announced that they've contracted COVID-19 during the ongoing global pandemic.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And now let's take a look at your celebrity birthdays for today. And here is a look at those celebrity birthdays for today. And happy birthday to all of these celebrities. We hope they all have a wonderful birthday and a wonderful day. And thank you for watching this Wednesday edition of Good Morning New Hampshire. I hope you all have a wonderful and safe and healthy Wednesday. I'll see you back here later on today for Good Evening New Hampshire. Goodbye, everyone, and thank you for watching.